How many of you know the difference between Alzheimer's and dementia? Dementia is a brain disorder which affects the performance of daily activity and the communication. Alzheimer's is the most common forms of dementia which affects specifically in parts of the brain that controls the memory, the thought, and the language, and it is not curable. There are two factors leading to disorders such as age and coexisting health problems. Knowing about the disease is very helpful because it can happen to you or somebody you know. You also will learn about signs symptoms of Alzheimer's. I'm going to give you the definitions of Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is the neurodegenerative brain disease. The most common cause of dementia affects more than 5 million Americans, according to American Association website. Alzheimer is not a part of aging, even though the majority of the patients with Alzheimer's start at age 65 or older than that. It also occurs in younger people and is called the early onset Alzheimer's. So if you know about the definitions, I'm going to talk about 3 stages of Alzheimer's. The early stages of Alzheimer will last from 2 to 4 years when the first started of diagnosis, and people may not recognize the decline of patient cognitive activity. The behavior can change at this time. In stage 2, the moderate stage will last about from 2 to 10 years. Patients often experience difficulty in memory and need help for basic living activities. In severe stage, patients will experience in deficit of cognitive and physical activities. You know about the stages. Alzheimer also have its signs and symptoms. They are forgetfulness, confusion, and dementia. So what caused the disease? There are 2 factors leading to a disease. They are age and coexisting health problems. Anybody with heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol level, diabetes type 2 will lead to developing of Alzheimer's. And the greatest risk factor of Alzheimer's is age. The patient with Alzheimer usually start at 68, 65 or older than that. So how to diagnose the disease? So the most effective diagnosis right now is called autopsy, brain autopsy, and beside that, the physical examination, mental examination also help the doctor to make the right diagnosis about disease. The new technology like MRI, CT scan also help the doctor to know about the brain's activity. There are no cures for Alzheimer's currently, but there are many kind of medications that have been proved to slow down the disease and the symptoms. There are many ways to improve the patients and their families' life for early diagnosis of Alzheimer's. And the most important thing is to give education to the patient and their families about the disease so they know what to expect and they can change the home environments. I just shared you my understanding about Alzheimer's, and I'm going to leave with you my final thought about Alzheimer's. So Alzheimer's is the neurodegenerative brain disease and the most common of dementia, and it will affect more than 5 million people in the United States. And knowing about the cause and the risk factor, and how to diagnosis, how to prevent will help the patients and families to get the life go smoothly. So I hope you learn something about Alzheimer today, and I'm happy to answer any question you can give to me. So thank you for your time.